Moto-X Star has an unfortunate reputation when it comes to all this game's variants. Whether that's due to a certain video or not, I don't know. Even when I began working on him to get him to master, I was expecting to have a bad time. But to be completely honest, he's actually not nearly as bad as I thought he'd be. Obviously, he is just a complete downgrade to Goalie Star in terms of his weapon's functionality, but I think there are definitely worse options in his class. We will get to that. For those of you who don't know, Moto-X Star's weapon has the, big air quotes here, unique functionality of smearing dogshit mud on his enemies, preventing them from using their abilities in about 13 direct hits, or twice that if you only hit on splash damage. Yes, he has splash damage, and is deceptively generous in radius and DPS, though realistically it's about as consistent as Commando Corn splash damage. Tangent aside, this gimmick means that the person you're fighting will actually have to beat you in a fair fight with only their primary fire, or unfair if you just feel like using one of the funny buttons. Depending on what class you're taking a dump on, this mechanic can range from being basically pointless to making the fight completely winning for you. Basically every class that isn't a sunflower or cactus is put at a disadvantage if you can cover them in crap. Most notably of which are corns, since they can't press triangle and kill you instantly, chompers rendering them completely helpless, pea shooters making hyper unusable so most of them won't be able to win because of that, and Torchwood, who can no longer use his own funny buttons against you. The problem with this gimmick, however, is that it only comes into play if you land that shot requirement. This gimmick is completely useless otherwise and does absolutely nothing for you. It's already been pointed out, but it is true if you hear people say that he's basically just the literal shit version of Goalie Star. The only thing this gimmick really has going for it is that it lasts significantly longer than Ice at 3.5 seconds as opposed to just 2. But even then, Ice has at least the benefit of slowing people down on the hit, making them easier to completely freeze in place, where you can basically do whatever the hell you want with them. Most people, anyway, especially pea shooters, will have already have used an ability by the time you engage them anyway. Even if you shoot them before they see you, most players will just panic press one of their abilities. Despite all of that though, despite the fact that you'd be tearing through plants so much faster if you just pick Goalie, that extra 1.5 seconds of handicap caused by literal shit makes him surprisingly powerful. See, most people think that he's only hitting 3 damage on a crit, but thanks to PopCap's superior coding skills in the gaming industry as we know, Moto-X has the same bug as Rockbee, where his damage numbers do not add up properly. You can see the 2 sets of numbers in gameplay, and it's unfortunate because this bug is likely the cause of why so many people think he's a mediocre character. With the damage upgrade, because he doesn't even get an upgrade for his mud, by the way, adding insult to injury, he can deal 6 damage a hit up close, which is pretty respectable since variants like Goalie and Cricket, who also give up damage for a gimmick, deal 6 and 7 damage up close as well. Shut up, I don't want to hear it. Combined with the fact that he has splash damage that can make up for a missed shot every now and then, as well as an equal rate of fire to those two, but a superior projectile speed, and far more forgiving damage at range, you start to realize that he actually performs pretty decent in practice. A niche thing that he can do thanks to this gimmick is prevent plants from exiting an ability state. Pea Gatlings, Sunbeams, and Citron Balls get completely fucked over if you can slather the manure on them, since they can't exit those states. And for the rooted ones specifically, it allows you to corner peek them for an easy kill, unless of course they run out of ammo. In the case of a Citron Ball, if he didn't activate the Hyper Ball in time to get away, he's even more helpless than a Chomper. Quick side note, you can also do this to a Torchwood who has a Leaf Shield up as well as a Torchwood in Smoldering Madness, but it's not that good of an idea since one state has them stuck with a 50% damage resistance, and in the other they're just gonna kill you faster. Moto-X also has the unique advantage of being faster than all other All-Stars, allowing him to get to where you need to be game-changing stuff, I know. Okay, seriously though, this increase in speed allows you to reposition yourself a lot more effectively and avoid incoming fire, since, let's be honest, the 200 health that you have is still going to vanish faster than an Iron Citron getting into his ball after taking 3 damage from across the map. This buff, similar to Tennis Star, also means that you can strafe more effectively than other characters when firing, and it honestly kind of invalidates the entire point of Tennis Star since your primary is just more consistent at mid-ranges. It also ties you for second fastest character in the game, allowing you to outrun the vast majority of chompers, and means you don't need to sacrifice an upgrade slot for more speed if that's how you like to play this class. All that being said though, none of it is enough incentive to pick him over the other All-Stars. I've just been kind of listing off attributes and niche interactions that he has one by one without any real sense as to why they make him a playable character. His projectile speed, his gimmick, his damage for both direct and splash are all outclassed by the other variants. He's by no means a bad pick, but it's like his entire concept is an identity crisis, since he really doesn't shine at anything. You'd be able to do so much more, and likely have a lot more fun picking any other variant, and that's just sad, really. He's about as mid can be, but I guess in the grand scheme of this game's A-tier balancing, maybe being a jack of all trades was just what he was meant to do. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I don't exactly remember which All-Star is next since I'm making this video more than a month after mastering motocross, but I have a different Garden Warfare video in the works away from this whole max rank grind. I'm always open to feedback, so let me know how I did if you like in the comments. See ya!